Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice Top 10. I am Uhtred, and destiny is all. You like that, right? Is that
good? I just got
did I sound like
goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
I am Uhtred, and destiny is all? It's kind of a
Destiny
weird
is
accent,
all.
but yeah.
That's good.
But hey, welcome everybody. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, since like last Thursday. Seems like so long ago to see our friends again. But as usual, let's kick into the intro because you know what this show is? This show slaps harder than.
I'm here at Barry Island Beach and there's no sign to stop.
I'm sorry, I had to play it because somebody requested it. So there you go. Speaking of slaps, people on the podcast who listen on the audio only podcast are wondering, like, what is that? That's why you have to tune in on YouTube at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays to see the video, because that is a crazy fish video. Speaking of crazy fish video, Dark Side Jedi, say what's good to the people.
Man, crazy fish. What's going on Tuesday night? It's the top 11. We got a good one this week, everybody, but I think you're going to get a few. So let's see what we got.
An easy list, right, Justin? Say
Yeah.
what's good.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! This is an easy list. Top 10. We are on the eve of Moon Knight, episode 1. Man,
Oh, for
fun
me, it's
tomorrow.
only a few hours away. Sorry, you East Coast cats, but yeah. So I've read some non-spoiler reviews. They say like the first episode is really good. So looking forward to it. Staying up past midnight, past my bedtime. But speaking of which, this show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. And this here top 10 list. Check out, make sure you, if you go to WonderCon, as Justin and I will be going on Friday night, I think at 5:30 p.m. Let me tell you the room here. There's going to be a panel, a cover
Ollie.
price panel at 5:30 p.m. in room 208. So make sure you check us out. We'll be over there supporting our friends over at Cover Price. Show's also sponsored by our friends at Key Collectibles, Facebook.com and Instagram.com/Key Collectibles, who will also be at WonderCon. If you need to get a facilitator, make sure you hit them up to meet up at WonderCon so they can take care of all your facilitating needs. The show is also sponsored by our friends at KRSComics.com. Use discount code LOTLB to get 10% off any KRS Comics exclusives. This bad boy is dropping tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Zombies versus Robots, issue number 1, the John Gallagher exclusive variant. What do you know about Zombies versus Robots, dude? This first came out I want to say like over a decade ago, and it was an IDW title. And it was a cool story. It's basically robots fight on behalf of humanity against zombies. Looking forward to this. I think it was an Eisner Award winner too, so that has that going for it. So make sure you check out KRS Comics on Wednesday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific for Zombie vs. Robots issue number 1. Use discount code LOTLB to save 10% off. KRS Comics will also have a booth at WonderCon's. Mike Mayhew and Will Jack will be there. So if you bought this bad boy by Will Jack, you can get it signed. Unfortunately it's sold out, but there are regular covers left. The signed copies are gone, but I was told by KRS Comics that they will have some comics at the show, so you may be able to snatch a comic up and have Will Jack or Mike Mayhew, do a sign it for you, and perhaps even better, get a remark. You know what I mean? That's always cool. So once again, this is the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending March 28th or 27th, somewhere along those lines, a Sunday along those lines. So let's get right to it, boys and girls. As always, there's always a book that doesn't quite make the top 10, but is worth an honorable mention for the runner-up. And what do we have as a runner-up this week?
Not sure how it's still on this list, but Ultimate Fallout number 4 is on the 11th spot. In 2020, Miles Morales went for a fan favorite character to a modern day Grail character. Sales skyrocketed in such an incredible way that he had no place to go but up pre-COVID. This enthusiasm has extended into 2022 as we continue to hear his potential live action appearance murmurs. This week, 20 copies sold, 7-day uptrend of 89%, and had a high sale of $3,400 for a CGC 9.8. Wild.
Wild.
I got a 9.6, no 9.8. I'm not that lucky.
Yeah, I have both of mine over at CGC right now, and I don't think they're gonna get 9.8s. But at this point, I don't think it matters whenever we do get confirmation.
Is $5,000. I mean, it's bound to once they really announce something.
Yeah.
So a 9.6 is fine.
Yeah, Prince Zodiac, the Zombies vs. Robots book is a Image title now. I think when it first came out originally, it was IDW. Back in 2004, 2005. But Image is doing the launch for it now. So the issue that's coming out tomorrow is going to be it's from Image. So I want to read it. It sounds really cool. Robots fighting zombies on behalf of humanity. Sure. Forget about it. All right, so runner-up is Ultimate Fallout number 4. Everybody knows what that is. What do we got for number 10?
Number 10 this week is Amazing Spider-Man number 265 from back in 1985. It's rumored that actor Christopher Abbott will be playing the Foreigner in Sony's Craven film. In the comics, the Foreigner was formerly married to Silver Sable, and this connection has allowed speculators to believe that Silver Sable may also appear in the film. Her first appearance in this issue moved 15 copies this week. It had a 7-day trend of 152%, and it had a high sale of $610 for a CGC 9.8. It's a good book to have. I think there's a second print silver cover, right?
Anthony Edwards. Foreigner sounds like like an 80s band. Oh, wait, I would say it even goes further than that. They've been around since the 70s, Foreigner.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a stretch to think that just because, but you know, more power to you. There hasn't been any.
Spec.
Yeah. Lord, shall they spec? But you know, we've always known Silver Sable was coming, or it was developed, or something. I mean, you know what was interesting is he was featured so predominantly in the Spider-Man PS4 game. If you remember, Silver
and you
Sable.
had mentioned last week also that wasn't there a planned Black Cat Silver Sable team up or something?
Sony announced that 2 years ago. Yeah, but we never heard it. That was the same time they also said there was going to be a Madam Web show. So we know they're doing a Madam Web. We don't know if they're going to do Silver Sable, Black Cat, and unfortunately, word of mouth on Morbius is not sounding good. But you know what?
Good things, but hey,
I'm gonna watch it anyway, man.
I leave my opinion to my opinion. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm gonna watch it anyway because it looks cool to me. Hell, like I said, I even paid money to see Bloodshot. So what do I know? So Amazing Spider-Man 265 coming in at number 10. Another strong book on the list.
The Force is strong with number 9. Star Wars number 2 from Marvel, 1977. So the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series is so close to the end of May. While we have the first appearance right here in this comic book, it continues to gain attention. Last week, we tracked 31 sales at a 7-day uptrend of 97% and at a high sale of $810 for a CGC 9.6. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I shared in the Lord's our private chat that there's going to be a new Star Wars Obi-Wan series for Marvel, and it drops May 4th. May 4th be with you. That's pretty cool that they're doing that. Yeah, so if you want, head over to KRS Comics for your back issue or your pulls as well. They already have them on there.
On the variants.
There'll be a ton, and it's not the first appearance, but people want to see new stories, and they're gonna. Here's what people are gonna assume that the new, from what I saw on the cover, it's like old Obi-Wan. It's not like the young version that we're seeing before A New Hope. So it's a good time to be a fan, man. Good time to be a fan because Ian McGregor's gonna kill it. Hopefully, kill it. All right, number 9 on the list is Star Wars. Number 2, still undervalued at $810 in my opinion. All right, what do we got for number 8?
Well, this is point 1, number 1. This is the Nick Bradshaw variant. This was published back in 2011, and speculation is still holding out that Sam Alexander version of Nova will appear in the recently announced MCU Nova project with Moon Knight writer Sabir Pirzada. The current rumor is that the show will feature both Richard Rider and Sam Alexander, with Sam's first appearance in this issue of Marvel Point 1, number 1. Collectors are divided between the regular cover and this variant. Since Sam doesn't appear on either cover, Richard Rider appears in the background of the standard cover. It's merely a matter of which one you like more. This Bradshaw variant sold 21 copies. It had a 7-day trend of 156%, and it had a high sale of $350 for a CGC 9.8. I like to hear that.
Yeah. So for the record, there is nothing said about Sam Alexander. The writer of I think Moon Knight, right, is doing the Nova show, and they specifically said it's going to be Richard Rider. Then it's people, that's what we do in our hobby, right? We try to think 2 steps ahead. So if he's going to be there, but from everything I'm hearing, it's going to be Richard Rider, that series leading into Annihilation and all those cosmic heroes. So I would probably spend my money on the Nova Annihilation run and those tie-ins as opposed to Sam Alexander, which comes, a while away. His father was a Nova Corps member, and then Sam Alexander finds his helmet. And Sam Alexander is in the animated version too, right? I'm trying to remember.
Kids XD it was.
Yeah, but I want Nova Prime. I want powerful cosmic Nova Prime, like from the Annihilation series. But people always trying to think 2 steps ahead when they're speculating. So who knows? Maybe he will show up. But from what I heard, it's Richard Rider. Who knows? Maybe down the road. But like to me, like if they do Sam Alexander, it would be maybe a Disney Plus show, not a big screen movie. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it would have the pull. So we'll see. All right, what's number 7 on the list?
So number 7, we got the JLA Avengers Hero Initiative trade paperback from, of course, that recently came out through Marvel and DC. So the recent health concerns around George Perez have spotlighted this one to have, as well as the community contribute to vital organizations like the Heroes Initiative. The Heroes Initiative was created as a charity dedicated to helping comic book creators in medical or financial need. George Perez, of course, a founding board member himself, is an example of the comic book creator whose this charity would be greatly benefit from. Of course, with creating a lot of stuff with Marvel and DC, came back together to reprint this classic crossover in a trade paperback, limited to only 7,000 copies. It landed on this week's list in the same spot as it did last week, with selling 49 copies, 7-day uptrend of 91%, and a high sale of $380 for a raw copy. However, the fair market value is trending about $247. But once again, we ask for those who are reselling it to consider donating a portion of the profits to the Heroes Initiative. Many sellers are doing so, with many contributing all of their earnings, which is fantastic. Initially costing only $30, this book intended to benefit the charity rather than create a rare exclusive with aftermarket value. Suppose we can work together to share these aftermarket sales. In that case, this limited trade paperback will be an even more significant success by increasing those initial funds raised and giving directly back to the creators that we love.
And last week's show, I had given all the hope up on humanity, so I would like to think that we guilted them into donating the proceeds.
Come on,
I think when me and Zach were just ripping like, man, collectors are awful people, this and that. Yeah. So it warms the cackles of my heart to know that people are donating to the Heroes Initiative. You know what? And you don't even have to resell this book to donate to the Heroes Initiative. You could always donate straight to the Heroes Initiative. They have a lot of great things. And typically, they may probably have a booth at WonderCon too. They typically have booths at these shows, but so a lot of these guys didn't make a penny off of, or they did make money, but it wasn't money that they have now. They weren't as business savvy as the comic book writers and artists that are today, that, have larger proceeds and portions. So it's good to see that, hear that people are donating some of the proceeds to the Heroes Initiative. So number 7 on the list is JLA Avengers Hero Initiative trade paperback. Once again, you have restored my faith in humanity for a little bit longer. All right. What do we got for number 6?
Don't let them down, folks. Come on.
Yeah.
So number 6 this week is Ghost Rider number 31. This is from back in 1992. And over the years, there have been constant rumors and speculation that a Danny Ketch-led Midnight Suns is in development for Disney+. When another online source mentions the Midnight Suns, this and issue number 28, the first cameo appearance of Midnight Suns, both begin to move in the aftermarket. Over the past few years, the market has favored issue number 28. However, this week, it's all about their first full appearance in Ghost Rider number 31, with 41 copies sold and a 7-day uptrend of 121%. High sale of $400 for a CGC 9.8. That's nice.
Yeah, Ghost Rider 28 is they actually appear as a premonition. So I mean, it's always in our hobby. We always have to debate first appearance, first cameo. And now it's first appearance versus the premonition of a team, right? So, I got a bunch of Ghost Rider 28s when we first broke that there was going to be a Midnight Sun show. I don't want to. 2 years ago? I don't know how long ago we were talking about it. Yeah, we had it on a long-term spec list. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what led to this also was the Oscar Isaac was on Strip Marvel's YouTube channel, and he was like, I would like to, be part of the Midnight Suns. And he actually named off members of the team. Like, he's like, I want, Moon Knight. Obviously he's Moon Knight. He said, I want Daredevil. I want Ghost Rider. I want Blade. And people were like, whoa, he was very specific on that. So, Mm-hmm. We shall see, but we're halfway through the list, boys and girls, so it's time to hear from our sponsor, My Slabs. Are you tired of paying more than 10% for your collectibles? Check out our friends at My Slabs.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, My Slabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
Man, that dude does great voiceover work. I'm wondering how many takes it would take me to do that.
I need to take some classes, right?
Yeah, if you ever done a pre-recorded video, man, I've done those and try to read it from a script. It's like, holy cow! And inflection is important, boys and girls, when you're speaking, right? You don't want to be monotone. Do not remember to inflect. All right, so Ghost Rider number 31, number 6 on the list. Remember, guys, take it out of the bag. It's not worth much more with it in the. In the bag. What's interesting is to see that black squiggly line is from the bag itself.
The first time I saw that, I thought someone took a marker
exactly
and squiggled around it.
I have about 10 copies of Ghost Rider number 28, so I gotta preach my own words. I've been just too lazy to take them out of the bag. But all right, halfway there, boys and girls. This should be no surprise to anybody, since now that anything gets mentioned to be optioned for live action, people look immediately to the comics.
Hell yeah. Voltron #1 from Marvel Comics back in 1985. So per Hollywood Reporter, a live-action Voltron movie with Rawson Marshall Tuber to direct it ignites bidding war. Immediately lit a fire under this 80s favorite's first appearance in comic books. We've tracked 35 sales last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 154% and a high sale of $665 for a CGC 9.8. This book will hit $1,000 without a doubt. That movie.
Yeah, so I mean, it's such a hot IP that studios are bidding for it. You know what I mean? And right now, Netflix has as deep as pockets as anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have such a huge subscriber base. So I wouldn't be surprised where it ends up. So before it was just studios fighting over studios, but now you could have people like HBO Max, Amazon Prime, or Netflix. You ever go see a movie in the theater and it says it's a Netflix movie, and you're like, what? I could have watched this at home. Like you're like, what the hell? It's like a lot of them get nominated for Oscars that I haven't even heard of that were showing up that were Netflix or Emmys, excuse me, because long form storytelling, and they're like, where does this show even exist? And then oh yeah, it was on Epix or fucking Netflix or some other weird one. I don't know. I have so many subscriptions, so I gotta peep out Paramount Plus. Have you seen Halo yet? Is it any good? Is it worth my watch?
I haven't watched it.
I don't know. Don't have Paramount Plus.
Anybody in the live chat?
I have read that it's nothing like the game, but I have never played the game, so it wouldn't matter to me.
Oh, then you're the perfect person to check it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just hope that they have the proper budget for it.
I was a Destiny player.
I mean, Paramount Plus. I guess the Star Trek series have pretty good budgets, right? And they're
those were great shows. Yeah.
There you go. Decoit Cave says Halo was great. So there you go. I'm gonna peep it out. Another thing I can add. Decoit, is it a weekly episodic, or is it you can stream them all at once? That's what I want to know, because man, that really brutal is waiting week for week like that they're gonna do at Moon Knight. But I guess that's good too. Water cooler talking. Tomorrow midnight tonight, from I would say 1 a.m. tonight till whatever tomorrow, there's going to be wild ass speculation videos all over the internets about Moon Knight. I could already foresee it. If you remember WandaVision, people are going to do the same with Moon Knight, since it's pretty. People have been pretty silent about all the characters in it, so we shall see, man. Remember Falcon Winter Soldier, almost the same thing, but not as much. WandaVision really had people speculating and all kinds of Mephisto. All right. So number 5 on the list is Voltron, #1 from Marvel. Wow, look at that. Marvel in 1985. That was back when they used to have properties, all kinds of weird cartoons and toys and stuff. All right, what we got for number 4?
Number 4 this week is Secret Wars #2, issue number 3. This is from 1985, and this issue features the first cover appearance and first full appearance of the Beyonder. in his human form. This week, in anticipation of his appearance, played by Lawrence Fishburne in the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur series, 18 copies sold with a 7-day uptrend of 373% and a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8. That 373% means that no one was buying it. And all of a sudden, here they go, out of the dollar bins.
Yeah, I just pulled one from my LCS today when I was at the shop. Had like $4 on it, 25% off.
Nice.
Can't beat that. I was actually wondering before we got these notes, what was the reason why this book was on this list? And CovrPrice actually didn't notate that in their website, so I was just very confused of why I couldn't see that. And I'm glad now that we see why the first appearance is. I didn't realize it was the Beyonder's human form. I thought it was like Secret Wars.
What is he, like an alien or whatever?
Well, in Secret Wars 2, I believe he wants to see how humans interact, so he has a sweet mullet and a really padded suit from the 80s. If you look in the upper right where the the price is on the upper left-hand corner.
Oh,
yeah, and he has this
Wow.
he has like this sweet, if you remember this Superman when he had his mullet, Gabe says, is this the issue where Spider-Man teaches Beyonder how to poop? Probably, yeah. So the Beyonder comes to Earth and he's kind of like, he wants to know why humans are how they are, like, and I remember like the Beyonder race most currently in, I think, was it the Hickman run on Avengers? Like there was a whole race of Beyonders, but they were not as this Beyonder was more like, how do I say it? He was like maybe Mitzelplick or something. I don't know. He was just kind of goofy, all powerful, but
mischievous or whatever.
But yeah, he was just like, why do you do this? Let me find out. What happens when somebody dies? Let me kill you. Boom. It's just kind of weird like that, but very omnipotent. I love saying that word. When I was a kid, when I used to read comics, they always say omnipotent in the comics, omnipotence, and I used to say omnipotent until as a kid, you read, you don't know until I actually heard somebody say the word
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent and omnipotence. I kept on saying omnipotent, but what do I know?
Went to
public school, man. Come on now. All right, so number 4 on the list is Secret Wars number 2. Number 3 for 150 bones for a 9.8. Wow,
not bad for a book no one's buying.
That's crazy that the Beyonder is going to be in Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. That boggles my mind. That's that's just crazy. And then I think, and then you think Lawrence Fishburne is like, typically these very serious roles. But if you remember, Lawrence Fishburne was in that TV show with Pee Wee Herman, wasn't he? He was the cowboy.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he
Wow.
was.
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that.
That blows your mind away.
Yes, it does.
There was a Pee Wee Herman show,
and the fisherman was what's his name? Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, but to think Lawrence Fishburne did a lot of like really adult roles, but to think he played this weird ass cowboy on the Pee Wee Herman show. Yeah. Oh man, wow. Pee Wee Herman. When's the last time we had Pee Wee Herman mentioned on this show? All right, number 4 on the list, Secret Wars 2. That's volume 2, number 3, boys and girls, if you're listening on the podcast. And if you are listening on a podcast, Alexa, play Lords of the Long Box podcast on Spotify. You're welcome. All right, what do we got up next?
Oh, we got the other Nova. So number 3 is Marvel Point 1, number 1. So as noted, there are rumors that both Richard Rider and Sam Alexander versions of Nova are in active development. Like the Bradshaw variant that was already on this list, this is the standard cover of Sam's first appearance, which outsold the variant, sold 52 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 153%, and had a high sale of $400 for a CGC 9.8.
Wow.
Damn it! I need to see if I have these, man. Because I remember when these first came out, nobody really cared about them. 2011, nobody cared about them until they found out that there was little stories in there that featured like previews or first appearances of characters, right? But now, so now every time a Point 1 comes out, I flip through it to see if there's any new characters in it.
I think
but,
Kamala Khan was the first one, wasn't she?
No, this one
I haven't
earlier.
No, this one predates Kamala Khan.
No, I'm saying that made people focus on Point 1s.
Exactly.
No,
yeah,
definitely that was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Significant. Definitely that one. So, yeah. The big old bald headed, and that's and another reason that you may want to get this is that's Defender Doctor Strange on the cover. And Defender Doctor Strange is going to be in the Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. So that's the ponytailed kind of look. That's the same costume that he has Into the Multiverse of Madness, which they call him Defender Strange because that was the one that formed the new Defenders team. So, all right. So this next one should not be a shock. You're probably wondering why it hasn't appeared on this list yet, but we've been talking about it for a long time. Everybody's been talking about it for a long time, and it's finally going to happen.
Here it is, Nova #1. This is from 1976. What a year. What a year. Also, while Sam Alexander is unconfirmed, as we've said, Richard Rider's Nova is almost a sure thing in the upcoming Nova project. His first appearance in this issue has been trending ever since Kevin Feige first mentioned it several years ago. This issue is on fire with official confirmation, and it has 74 copies tracked this week, and it had a 7-day uptrend of 131% and a high sale of, get this, $3,000 for a CGC 9.8. Oof. And get your hands on, what is it called?
Super Adventures #6.
Super Adventures #6. There you go.
Yeah. It's impossible to find. So, I posted on Instagram that first of all, #2 on the list is Nova #1 from 1976. That there was an article, whoever had said that their Nova series is going to be made. They said the first appearance of Richard Rider Nova and the Nova Corps appeared in Super Adventures #6, and I mocked them. I was a little bit wrong. Okay. But I wasn't completely wrong because it wasn't the first appearance of Richard Rider, nor was it the Nova Corps because neither of them were mentioned. But I reached out to Marv Wolfman himself and I asked him, hey, what is this Super Adventures #6? Was it ever published? And he goes, it was a fanzine that Marv Wolfman did, and there's only 125 copies that were printed. I don't want to say published because published would mean that, it got solicitation and went to an LCS and all that stuff. I mean, he was probably selling them to his buddies, selling them to comic shops or whatever. So there is a super event. And back then it was called Black Nova. It was the name of the character. He didn't have a name yet. He didn't have the Nova Corps yet. It was just known as Black Nova. And it's Super Adventures #6. I tried to search. You cannot find it. It's a ghost. 125 copies from 1960, 66, 67. Marv Wolfman was doing a prototype for it. And there was a couple of copies that went up for a heritage auction about 8 or 9 years ago. So whomever is sitting on those Super Adventures #6 when Nova 1 comes out is going to get paid big time. So I'm pretty sure everybody's keeping their eye out for super. I mean, it's pretty rudimentary. It looks like if I were, making a comic book in high school, so, right. And I think Marv Wolfman was in his teens late teens at the time when he did Super Adventures. So it was just a fanzine that he did, and he just kind of created these characters. Interesting factoid. When Marvel went into bankruptcy in 1999, the debtors were calling, if you know how bankruptcy court works, right? So you have to give up all your assets, and it's typically the people you owe money to, the most money to, get the stuff first. So when Marvel claimed bankruptcy, Marv Wolfman went to court and tried to get the rights to Nova, which he didn't. The final judgment was, no, this was your instance of it wasn't, the true this, that, and the other. But, that's not going to keep collectors right now, whoever has a Super Adventures #6, from putting it out there. So, legally, the first appearance of Nova #1 is Nova. First appearance of Richard Rider Nova is Nova #1, 1976. But, there's always that, kind of side collecting where people want to find rarities. So if you find a Super Adventures #6, holler at your boy, man. I'll give you some coin for it. All right. So what do we got for numero uno?
#1, we get the New Avengers #40. This is the 2008 one. So several online sources claim that the Emilia Clarke, who is playing Varanki, the Skrull Queen. So while this remains unconfirmed, these renewed interest of this has lit some fire. Once again, in Varanki's first appearance in this issue, sold 68 copies, 7-day uptrend of 154%, and a high sale of $392 for a CGC 9.8 for New Avengers 40.
My big brother ETA Nick is in here. If you guys don't know who ETA Nick is, he is one of the OGs of YouTube. Somebody I followed before I started making YouTube videos. He has 2 copies of Super Adventures #6. Nick, if you want to give away 1 copy, I'll take it. But yeah, ETA Nick has been an OG of the comic book community. One of the most knowledgeable people on all the interwebs. Peep him out. So there's been recent talk, Samuel L. Jackson's been talking about a new the Secret Invasion and everything that's going to happen. So, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts right now, man. I can't wait to WonderCon this year San Diego Comic-Con, because you got to think it's going to be pretty big since, I don't think Marvel has been, or last year they had Comic-Con at home, which was god-awful. Trying to think, 2 years ago was there? No, 2 years there hasn't been a San Diego Comic-Con that had full blown movie announcements and everything like that. So maybe hopefully this year they go big, man. So con season is in full bloom, boys and girls. Trust me, I was in Vegas. Things are back to normal. There are people everywhere. All right, so New Avengers #40. Let me read this real fast. Yep, So the articles I read about Varenki she's gonna be check out Emergency Awesome or New Rock Stars, and they talked about how Varenki is gonna be actually playing the opposite of a heel. She's actually gonna be a good guy. So that's why you've seen her on the set photos with Nick Fury and Maria what's her name, Hill. So long ago we had speculated that that Varenki was going to be doing. I think we had a long-term spec list with Varenki that she was going to be the main villain. I think Varenki became the Skull Princess after Galactus ate the Skrull homeworld. If you remember in the comics, Galactus was like, you know what, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some Skrulls. So he just tore it up. But, he doesn't really eat worlds. He kind of sucks the life out of them. But anyway.
Their essence.
He sucks out their essence.
Like
a
Skeksis.
ETA Nick, hey, post your Super Adventures #1 on Instagram, or Super Adventures #6 on Instagram, so we can see it, or make a video.
You made
on
a video of it already.
Oh, all right. Check out.
So you post your link in the chat so we can check it out.
I will look right now, because if anybody were to have Super Adventures #6, it would be my man ETA Nick. Let me see. All right, ETA Nick. Here, I'll post his channel on here. You guys go check out ETA Nick. One of the most knowledgeable people on comic books and pricing and everything, and he will give you his opinion, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Any last words, Darkside Jedi?
Tuesday nights are always rocking. I saw a lot of 10 furs or a few 9 furs. There was a good list this week. I think that last one threw everybody for a loop, but great list, great night, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Justin, any last words?
Yes, check out the latest episode of the Comic-Con podcast dropped last week. We had a really great woman in the comic book community. Sade Page was on it, and then as soon as this is over, right back there, I got 12 slabs. I'm on Whatnot in about 2 minutes, so get your asses over there. Just drop the link.
Drop the link in there. Go check it out. He needs some WonderCon money, son.
Hell yeah. Starting at $1 for 1 minute. So get your Whatnots on.
ETA Nick. Hey Nick, can you tag me on when you post the Super Adventures #6 on Instagram, so I can share it out so people can see it? Because I would like to see the video too, because it's a weird kind of story, but it's called Black Nova, right? But unfortunately, he lost the lawsuit to gain rights back to it, and the debtors had it, so it belongs back to Marvel. But I was trying to ask Marv Wolf, and I said, "Do you still have copies left?" I'm not like I wanted to buy some. I was just like, do you, because surely he has the original art, which would be worth a ton of money now if they ever made a Nova film, if you think about it. Even though the original art on the Super Adventures #6 is pretty whack, but if it doesn't whatever. There's original art of Stan Lee drawing that goes for big money too, and he's basically drawing stick figures. So, You never know, man. So yeah, go join Justin over on Whatnot right now. He needs some WonderCon money, and we will see you guys Thursday for the Shakers of the Week. Till next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Come on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Come on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?